Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Hope you guys been enjoying the content on the channel as of late. Excuse me. Um, I just want to make one brief announcement before we get into this video. Um, I don't want to say anything yet, but just in case because everything seems to be going to plan. Um, there's a lot of changes that are going to be happening pretty soon here, so and I mean here with the family and just in general. A lot of changes are happening this month, so there might be a slowdown period in videos. So excuse me if we are not consistent with like the 2 day period, stuff like that. We're just in a bit of a transitional period right now, so excuse all that. So a lot of good things though, a lot of good things, not anything bad. Um, but just gotta keep fingers crossed and hopefully everything goes through. So far, it seems like it is, but just I don't want to say anything just yet because I don't want to jinx myself. But I want to do something a little bit different because usually what we do on this channel is one or two things: reviews or movie topics. And I did this before, and I'm not sure if you guys would like it, so I'm gonna try it just this one time again. Which is I would like to try to do short film reactions. Now I can't show you the video just because, well, I don't want to get the video removed. Just playing the audio enough is a risk, so we'll see how this goes. Um, but I did it before with what the hell is it called? Um, it was directed by I think it was like Taylor Swift. I know, of all things, Taylor Swift. I think it had what was her name? The Stranger Things chick, Shadi Sink. I think that's her name. Something. It was like a short film that was made in conjunction with her new album or something like that. I don't know. I heard some good things, so I decided to do a reaction to it. Um, so and then oh no, actually the last short film I did was it had what the hell is his name? John Lithgow. I forget his name, but it was a Santa thing. It was directed by Luca Guadagnino, I think, the guy who did Call Me by Your Name. Um, but this one is Jackals and Fireflies. This is made by Charlie Kaufman, who wrote some very notable work like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. That's kind of a tongue twister for me. Um, he most recently directed a film called I'm Thinking of Ending Things, which I thought was really good. Um, so this was apparently filmed on a Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. Funny enough, I think I have an S22. I think the one I'm recording on right now. Um, so interesting to see what he does with this. It's about 20 minutes, so we'll give it a go. We'll see how this goes. So if you guys like this kind of thing, I'm not gonna show the video or anything. I'll have the audio playing in the background, and I'll sync up with you guys if you guys want to watch with me. Um, but I don't know, just to add a little different variety to the channel, just try something different. So you guys let me know if you guys like this or not. If not, I'm cool with just scrapping it. So I'm just trying something a little bit different here. So we're gonna try out Jackals and Fireflies. I don't know anything about it. Um, kind of looks like a horror thing. Not sure, but we're gonna give it a go. So I'm gonna start pressing play. I'm gonna crank up the volume real quick. I think we're good. And I'm gonna press play in 3, 2, 1, play. Turn that up a little bit.
wandering the streets, very downtrodden, looking for hats. These days spilled onto the sidewalk, as it did into my headphones all that autumn he suicided.
Shit.
The waves of Nico's hoarse voice, as smooth as the dark lake he choked on. These days, she sang, as all Thanksgiving he drowned in the gravy of despair. No one could begrudge or temper, as in the song I went out walking. Anniversary of the nacho. I stopped at a bar, unsuccessfully. Watch out for Charlie's girl, chided the stereo. Ligature, your etceteras. These days, I have been adjusting the space between us. I have been regretting the complications. I go on the internet, read about Mets, read the box scores in the cancer journals, stare at photos of first teeth, funeral selfies, lives miscarried. No wonder there's a shorthand for I love you, the blood-red lumpen hearts. We need a glossary of gifts to cover all this pain without losing too much plasma. A girl on Broadway under Prince went, really cute pregnant belly. A girl at Broadway and Bleecker went, so are like, we so done with Soho. The shriveling egg sack of her bucket list, silky smile, warm air sang from the grates into my teeth. I'd fight anyone, it's common knowledge. I'm available. Don't forget me, air, trouble man. Amid the playlists, I find a place I like and then I leave. I get on a bus. I don't know what I'm doing. Burn. I tell a waitress named Virginia, no one has ever had such a beautiful name. I tell her all my friends will name their kids Virginia, I swear. I refuse to speak to the children of my friends. I go out walking. The city's ooze produces his aging teen hope singing Maroon 5 on the C train. He hits the high note of future imperative love, emphasis on the will. Subjunctive love is just a dream from another time, imperfect, in which I was. Last night I had to watch with some Irish thing and that shit had me itching like a motherfucker. Cause some lady at St. Nicholas and 139th Street, all itching into the phone, so you know it's true. Everything happens on the C train. I stay in other people's houses while they watch TV. Woman screams to an endless hit parade of golden oldies, Carmina Burana, laughter, Netflix. I cut out for somewhere else on a bus, and all there is bus people watching TV. The women won't stop screaming. Still, I love the sight of daylight out a Greyhound window. The sunshine scared shitless, spires of buffalo. Dawn strikes in motion, potholing South Port Byron Plaza, on all caps of a place, a whisper, no nothing, purgatory. A flock of sky over misty green field, and the blackbird splitting in silhouette into a trajectory of morning. Neon bus to LaGuardia, emanating light. Neon bus to Rochester. Hello, world. Neon bus. Oh, Jesus, when will it end? You tell me, every once in a while, I have this half notion. No one knows I'm me. So what am I worried about? Like I'm hauling around this body like a costume. The Harlem sun spinning hip-hop hits of the 90s. I and my winding sheet of summer lost. Despair's free reign. the impromptu sidewalk stoops say, I want to know how many days I have left. I do. I don't. And the nightly crickets here sound like police cars through wet polyester, and the wail of one thing leads to another. Plaster cracks. Your sweet body is a costume. A bird is trying to fuck my shoe. You wrote me once, with photo attached, and my sympathies lay with the bird. And this man at bar says, Dubrovnik was a ghost town, with the breathtaking finality of a sunset, but I'm a congenital overreactor, and my breath is always coming back again, like a speed bag or blush of black flies, sucker for human warmth. You are hailing this body every day, like a taxi, and every day it passes. I leave you and end up in the mouth of the night. You know where the night takes people like me. 100 free everything, and 7 hours later the guys at the bar are like, what's the difference between jackals and hyenas? It's like a cradle the world holds you in, I think. To myself, the you, these incidental men, their dawn split conjecturing, their jackal laughter, my unabating aniseed amertume. The origin story has become lost, the tough, spent seed of it. And on the E train southbound, my thoughts ferment into a lacuna, thoughts of, and I think, full stop, I think, a shiner of it, mash my head in. And the dry voice wind, wheezing, tide is high, the tide is high, like the men at the bar, still singing. One evening, Garrett stood me enough Campari to float a toy freighter, and showed me where the Art Deco proletarian brick Western Union behaves in sunset like a maquette of itself, and you, by which I mean you, should have seen the pearly cumulonimbus over glittering Hudson Yards in the distance. I'm saying really it dazzled like a dog. And by the way, I asked, why is Chinatown warmer than anywhere else in this town? And found out that sometimes the dragons of East Broadway breathe an iron fist of fury that disperses the island's western weather system. So you know, remember this place is an island. Sometimes its weather is human flesh on fire. Feel its fog and feel the tide of your own miscellaneous ineptitudes wash cheekbone high like the futile, fruitless blush unrequited. But then these fireflies in Tribeca Park, just this little triangle of green and glow highlit by Garrett's fingertip, and I could hear someone singing Funky, Funky Broadway. And I thought, maybe I hate this Hollywood shit, but... And I thought, if it's not one thing, it's another damn thing. Salt amplifying my face and dumb. I walked through the fireflies, seared and breathless, as though I too were a flame, as though I had never heard of anything so miraculous. That minute, I hadn't, the air knit with comets failing. Next minute, on the sidewalk, passing. That shit was the first time I drank beer, man. She had, like, severe depression. You get seizures when it's too hot out. Lies, lies, lies. Everybody lies in this heat. I'm walking behind a guy going, that's why you're not supposed to wear flip-flops with your kind of feet, at his suitcase-legged girl. The sun on Adam Clayton Powell's bronze face, the low-rise yellow breath of it. The deli, suspiciousness, and sports talk, and cold cuts, and salt and pepper. Inexplicably, a fisherman galashing past on Malcolm X, shouldered rod and tackle box, ducking back into the end of summer rain, like barreling home from work 4 a.m., through skunks and blossoms, the wrenching scent of it. Thinking of you and of the rain after Finn's wedding, that girl at Dundas West Station slumped on the bus lane curb, noise of the deluge, and her contrapuntal complaint. They called me the next day and said he was charged. And I'm all, nothing to brag. And kids are jumping turnstiles, and I figure, bet she started it. Trust no one, heard or over. I got out of my coffee cup that doomed afternoon, and I said, when you touch me? And you laughed. Oh. And my clarity went. I walk 80 blocks through palsied film sets and smartphone pylons, dead-eyed Google Napsters and felicitous firemen, and some lady who quits giving out to this other guy for 5 seconds to tell me, lookin' foxy. I see a car reared on its hind legs like a horse that died in battle, towing north, the actors stewing within like a tropical disease. I trip on my own toes, nose in a book. I order a pastis. I cloud. I walk and walk, tire of wanting. Remember.
That's dope.
My brother has no memories of me. Says I don't exist anywhere but now. A fallacy so staggering, verily I stagger. And on I carry, ever so merrily, sackcloth wrapped in no one's clothing. Remember, I roll with a speedball matches, existing not like a time-sad fluorescent tube, like a neon light that's broke, blinking, was, I wasn't, was. Remember November's stark effigies, failed armistice. My brother thinks we could possibly have a future, and I'm like, who are you? Futureless, I go on eavesdropping every stupid cunt on the sidewalk. I need a support system. Woman at 8th Street and 6th. Her gas leaks certainty. I consider offering my services. I lived in a house once, built on nothing. Below that house, the hack swampy spores of its settler disease. Like the future of anything without foundation. Rotten air. Oh, my mother watches TV, only I don't watch it. I just put it on for her and watch for 2 seconds to walk away. Says man on a street named Unsweet Jane.
So she is homeless.
I fall asleep and wake again before dawn to the late Rothko skyline. Its inky promise. Conifer tips abrading the
Or is it
sky
like a metaphor?
and pointed remarks. Again I wake. And then the lush city morning. Petunias. Begonias, plummeting humidity, decaffeinated moan, the octopus traffic reaching, the sad tidings flickering on the screen of this portable device, like the laxative seep of Jay-Z or the eagles from a truck window, stuttered shades of despair discharging, milking the color from our conversations. How salt water chokes upon tempered sky. How the bad news drips from the stars, how the wind whips our hair into a mustache or a burqa, how our faces collapse so beautifully in the unsnappable dark. Overlaid, the distant hints of birds, their degenerative road trip refrain. Will we ever get there? Please stop the memorial buffet. Let's talk about never. I'll never give up my superlatives, bad attitude, state secrets. You cannot make me, though due to you, I am unmade, like a hotel bed or decomposing paramour, left here to my own devices, lying in my constituent parts. The same part of me that begs you, never leave. Hopes partially that you stay out once you're gone. The failed heart loves inertia, like muck in motion, caked on a boot. Bootless, my heart feels like the light, gathering itself into tomorrow, unrelenting and impermanent deaths, ducks in a row.
I hope those aren't real animals.
The light again cracks the sky like a DJ scratch record, tugging the faithful to its capricious jitters. Watch me sway among the fallen.
Watch me sway among the fallen. That's a great line.
Play me that song Sunday. I've been asking all night long.
Huh. Man. Who wrote it? Oh, it wasn't even him. It was somebody else. Okay. Well, just want to make sure. Yeah, it's still going. Move over here, just so we don't get that glare. Or the glare's nice. So it seemed fairly metaphorical. I mean, there is a through line. I was kind of equated to Beau's Afraid, the film that I reviewed very recently, where it's not a film that you should be viewing linearly, if that's a word, uh, or taking it straight face. You know, it's a film that's giving you information, um, not in the expecting patterns. It's choosing when to hand you certain information, and it almost acts like a poetry slam, almost. You know, just the way that it like is written. It sounds so much like a poem, which I love. I love that that type of approach. Um, I think it clearly is addressing, you know, loneliness, um, clearly addressing one's purpose. You know, really them trying to discover their purpose. And she's it's a very observing kind of film because the character, a lot of the stuff that she addresses, you know, it's like when you're lonely, you're focusing on very small material, you know, stuff that in hindsight, you know, is just whatever, you know, like she talks about tripping, she talks about this or that, you know, and they're very minimal things, but when you have so much time, and within that you have, uh, you know, uh, little time given to socialize, you know, and to hang out with people, when you don't have those kind of circles around you, then yeah, you're going to be emphasizing and really taking in those kinds of things, you know, because, you know, that's where all the meaning of your existence comes from, is those small little things, the hellos, the trips, the seeing of this and that. She's a very observant character, but I could tell very blatantly that she's also a very lonely character. Um, I don't. I she also seems to be dealing with depression. It seems like she's very wrapped up in a very lost like aura. Like my only thing that I would say about the film is that it does feel like it rambles a little bit for me, but I feel like that is the point of that, because it's meant to cement this idea of who this character is, and about how they're feeling. Because it's a film that's more about its themes than it really is about its character. Because um, it's like really hammering that point home about, you know, that she's dealing with the gravity of loneliness, and that she's depressed, and that she's potentially homeless, and that may or may not be a metaphor for her depression or something like that. So there's a lot of that at play, and I found that to be very engaging. I love the aura of the film. I really love the aura of the film. Very calming and very, um, you know, very. I wouldn't say it's depressing or anything like that, but it's definitely, you know, just has this very zen like feeling to it, which I really, really appreciated. I'm surprised that Charlie didn't write it. I'm surprised that he didn't write it. I thought, based on how it was written, that it would be something of Kaufman, but apparently it wasn't. Um, the aesthetics are still something of that of Kaufman. There are some images that are a little bit like, oh, okay, not sure, what to take from that. Kind of interpretive type language that Kaufman likes to play around with. Um, and I, I really enjoyed it. I really think that the aura of it was just really, really appealing. I love the um, just the navigation in general, just this collection of images with this very poetic like dialogue being played in the background. I like that it's not straightforward. Again, like it's a film that is reliant on its metaphors than it is about consistency and like narrative structure. Um, so if it's consistent about anything, it's in how um, ambiguous it wants to be. But ultimately, if you are able to fall into it, I think you can catch on to it uh, about very uh, early on, which is this again these lingering ideas of depression, loneliness, um, and this observant type of attitude, and where does that spawn from when you have these kinds of lenses. I like it. I really liked it. I just wish that it had more to suggest and more to interpret than just that, because I feel like it kind of dabbles within just those types of ideas for the most part. But I love the visual representation of its themes. I love the attitude of how it presents its themes. Um, I really like how it vocalizes it. It's very, very solid. I just wish that it had thematic um, more thematic idea suggestions than just the ones that I picked up on. So, but good film, good film. I think it's pretty good. I think you guys should definitely watch it. It's called Jackals and Fireflies, and I believe, like I said, it was filmed on a Samsung phone, right? All these shots were done on a Samsung phone, if I'm not mistaken. So I want to make sure. Um, yeah, on a Galaxy S22 Ultra. That is crazy, especially seeing the type of images that you got out of this. There's like a behind the scenes too, behind the scenes thing too. I'm kind of curious to watch it and see how they were able to achieve some of those shots. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very, very nice. It has the added. It feels like something you would listen to at a poetry slam. Just the way that it approaches itself and just the way that it talks to you. Like yeah, it reminds me of like a poetry slam. And this poem I found to be very, very interesting. I just wish it had more to say beyond the stuff that I picked up on pretty early on. So, um, but still pretty good. So, but you guys let me know your thoughts. If you guys did check out Jackals and Fireflies, did you guys like it? Did you guys not like it? Let me know your thoughts, and let me know, of course, if you guys would want me to do more videos like this in the future. Let me know if you guys are interested. But yeah, that is my reaction and my quick little thoughts, my quick initial thoughts to Jackals and Fireflies. I thought it was pretty good, but you guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And like I said, right now it's a little bit of a transitional period for us as a family, so you might not be seeing as much video content for like a week or so. So just bear with me for a little bit. But I'll post whenever I can have the time. But that's just how it's all gonna go. And I'll let you all in on a few things about it when you know, when everything is all settled. But until then, thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts about this new idea for the channel in the comment section below. If you guys just hate it, it's all good. Just let me know. But if you guys like it, hey, I'm down to watch more short films. And let me know some short films that you guys would like me to react to. Let me know in the comment section below. And that's it. That's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.